Then we move on to Azai Guliev. Azai, you have the floor.
Dear Roberto, dear friends, dear colleagues, if you allow me, I would like to very briefly update you on the work done by December 2 under the 10 November agreement signed between Armenia and Azerbaijan with mediation of the Russian Federation. As a part of this agreement, by December 1, Armenia has withdrawn its armed forces from the remaining occupied territories of Azerbaijan, namely from Kalbajar, Agdam, and Lachin. By this, the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan has been de facto restored. We have created appropriate conditions for return of more than 26,000 Armenian refugees to Azerbaijan. Furthermore, my country will do its best to ensure the fellow Armenian citizens enjoy the equal rights and opportunities as other citizens of Azerbaijan. The exchange of prisoners of war, hostages, and their bodies is also underway between two countries. Currently, the relevant steps are being undertaken by Azerbaijani government for demining of the liberated territories for safe return of IDPs. The assessment of the economic and humanitarian damage caused by Armenia in the territories of Azerbaijan during the occupation is also being carried out. Furthermore, we are now working on the plan of the Great Return, which will include the rebuilding of all our cities, towns, and villages, which were completely destroyed and ruined during the 3 decades of occupation. Despite the fact that term Nagorno-Karabakh conflict no longer exists and it can be only used when referring to history, but we acknowledge that we need to do more for the long-standing and sustainable peace in the region and reconciliation between Armenia and Azerbaijan. I do believe that all the groundless territorial claims, enmity, and hate rhetoric should be left in the past. What we can do for those purposes? First of all, I think the first mission could be the restoration of economic ties and all communications between Armenia and Azerbaijan, which can lead to regaining confidence and trust. Azerbaijan understands that hostilities cannot last forever. Of course, it won't be easy due to the war crimes committed against Azerbaijan civilians, but the Armenians and Azerbaijanis must learn to live together in neighborhood. This is why I think elaboration of the comprehensive peace agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan is among the core tasks. For this purpose, the tremendous political and the diplomatic efforts need to be put forward. Dear colleagues, the South Caucasus region enters a completely new stage in terms of security, cooperation, and prosperity. I believe that the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly can and should play a significant role in achieving these vital objectives. But unfortunately, sometimes we see counterproductive attempts by some OSCE countries, particularly by France, which is supposed to be neutral and fair mediator as the Minsk Group co-chairing country and the permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. If you look at the last 2 months' events, you can easily see that unconstructive and biased approach of France towards the conflicted sides, unilaterally supporting Armenia, turning a blind eye to the fact of occupation by this country. Can you imagine? The more than 1,000 pro-Armenia and the anti-Azerbaijan articles and the video content was published in French media during the 44 days of active military operations. But the journalists sharing the real situation on the ground face persecution and the life threats. Attempts by the embassy of Azerbaijan in Paris to reach out to the French public and the private media resources mostly faced an unprecedented denial. Even more, the French Senate has gone further and adopted a groundless and dangerous resolution on 25 November, calling the French government to recognize the non-existent and illegal regime established by Armenia. The resolution completely contradicts to France's international mandate and obligations, as well as grossly violates the basic norms and principles of international law, including its mediator mandate. On November 26, the Parliament of Azerbaijan heavily rejected this unlawful resolution of the French Senate calling on Azerbaijan government to consider the withdrawal of France from the position of the co-chairman of the OECD Minsk Group and suspend the diplomatic relations and economic ties with France. I do sincerely hope that France and its government will respect its international obligations and refrain from undermining the norms and principles of international law, particularly the ones regarding the territorial integrity, sovereignty, and inviolability of the international recognized borders of the Republic of Azerbaijan. In conclusion, I'd like to come back to the remarks made by Madame Doris Barnett concerning the meetings organized by the German Bundestag in close cooperation with the OSCPA in last wire. I think, Doris, it is really now also important and very actual to continue this type of initiatives, because as I already mentioned in my speech, that this is the right time for us to think, to consider the way of reconciliation between Armenia and Azerbaijan. As I already mentioned, the hostility cannot be lost forever. This is why I do encourage you to use all this opportunity at your disposal and to organize such a meetings, dialogues, and of course seminars in order to look at the possibility how we can really, as parliamentarians, make our contribution into this solution. Thank you very much.